All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And we are here, and I'm super excited because we are recording another reaction to the man, the myth, the legend, Micky Flanagan, which I'm excited to have found out, thank you comment section, that supposedly he originally trained to be a teacher. Not sure how long that lasted, but I'm telling you, not that we tell all different types of jokes as teachers, but that's a great opportunity to start your material, like more like kid age.
Where is his teacher stuff? Come on.
And I'm not sure like how, well actually I am pretty sure. I was going to say I'm not so sure how like G-rated schools are in England, because you hear like, you know, adult-wise at least, it's very, you know, they don't get offended by too many things, like it's anything's on the table. But we did have a conversation with some friends about how, no, you got to be very, very toe that line as a teacher, because you can get in some hot water just for saying anything that could be sarcastic or taken out of place. So, I don't know.
Yeah, because we would not be good as teachers in England then if you can't be sarcastic.
No, it's
part
of the fun. It's part of the enjoyment. And again, you've got to be very careful with how you address it and what you say. You can't say, "Oh, you idiot." It's not going to work out.
No. But once the kids get to know you, like they'll put their hand up and be like, "No, I don't want to talk to you right now." And I turn around and walk away. And they still ask the question because they know I'm just kidding. Like,
yeah. Or
sometimes they'll joke around and be like, "Fine, you don't want to hear from me." And I'm like, "That's right." But
yeah, I won't say what I say. But I will say what I do say. I preface with the parents in email and in face. These are the things as jokes I'm going to say to your kids. So if you don't want me, please let me know. So I don't know if that works, but that's what I do. We're going to go and check out this video.
Oh, sorry. These were noise canceling. I was done hearing you. Micky Flanagan's getting out of the doghouse. If you like the video, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video.
The question might be asked, Nick, do you ever get out of the doghouse? I never get in the doghouse, baby. I'm too charming. Someone has a different opinion. But I mean, honestly, like, I don't get myself in that kind of, like, I get myself in trouble, but not that kind of. Have you ever made me sleep on the couch?
Sorry, were you talking to me?
They're not that powerful, okay? Nothing's going through them yet. Okay.
No, you've never had to sleep on the couch.
That actually answers the question. She just doesn't listen to me in the first place. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out right now.
And I have to say, I've given my wife a little mention. I know that like she gets mentioned in this show a lot, but I cannot reassure you enough that we are very, very much in love. She is as happy as a pig in shit with me. She is.
I haven't heard that phrase before.
I can show you the Barclaycard statements if you really need to see how cheerful it's made her. And which is the first girl who I've sort of met who it's got better and better with, because I've had a lot of disasters. Nothing to do with me, obviously. And I've had them end for bizarre reasons, because I've been out with all types of women. I went out with a girl once, not my normal cup of tea. She was really spaced out, man. She was into numerology and astrology. She believed she was a witch. She had energies flowing through her. She could heal people. Do you know why she blew me out? I got a little bit of spunk on her dream catcher. Little tiny bit.
Powerful shot. You call it
Isn't it mad, isn't it?
There's no way that's real.
And I nearly blew it with my wife right early doors. You want to hear the story? I nearly blew it with my wife in the first year. Ooh, nah, it involves the events of 9/11. Strap in, strap in. Now, I know 9/11 was a terrible day in human history. Tragic beyond belief. Tragic, tragic, tragic.
Now, I'm going to stop it right there because I'm curious. I've never thought about how other people around the world view 9/11. I'm not sure anyone's like rooting for it unless, you know, you're the country that bombed us. But
not the country, the group of people.
The group of people. Okay. I'm sure they had a few fans. Who knows? But I'm curious how the rest of the world reacts. I'm curious what he's going to say about this because, yes, it was absolutely tragic, especially for us here in America. But not that anyone cheers for it. I don't know. I'm just curious.
Well,
I'm not sure if
you also have a lot of people who worked in the Twin Towers from other countries.
That's
doing
true.
Business
International.
And stuff. So I'm sure it affected a lot of different people.
That's why she's on the channel, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a terrible day in human history. Tragic beyond belief. Tragic, tragic, tragic. However, 9/11 did get me out the doghouse. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Can't wait.
My wife and I met in the year 2000, fairly late in the year. Like I said, we went off on the little Greek holiday. We had a bit of a deal-breaker moment there when I changed into a pair of Speedos and a bum bag. She said she wobbled. Thank God I'd lost my vest that said posing till closing on it. Iron Napper, 1990. Yeah, we ruled that square. We got back and I sat her down. I said, listen, sister, you're my cup of tea. I said, I think we should put this to the test. I think you should move in. She moved in. I was still a very independent man at that stage in my life, still able to make my own decisions, still able to buy a pair of shoes without sending her a photograph first.
Not that bad for me.
I was gonna say, I am not like that at all. You come home and I'm like, oh, show me your shoes.
I'm not a shoe guy, but I do just recently, maybe because we're making a little bit more money, whatever, in our careers, but I used to always buy like the Target or the Walmart special, just something. I could care less about that stuff.
You never cared about shoes, and I'm like Vans, DCs,
Never, and even those aren't as expensive as they can be.
No.
I went to one shoe store recently
gosh,
where everything
Nike
was
and
cellophane.
stuff.
You didn't see it, but it was at the town square. Everything was cellophane wrapped. Everything. All the clothes were in like those suit, zip up things. Everything in there. But anyways, real quick. So a year ago, for my birthday, I just wanted to get a nice pair of sneakers, to run and walk around, and a nice pair of everyday shoes. There's the one that drives her crazy. I can't figure out how to turn it off. But, anyways, and so I did that last year, like some Adidas or something like that. Like, that's as fancy as I got. And so I bought another pair of Adidas this year. I want another new pair of shoes because the other one's still fine. It's got a little hole in the toe. And she let me go by myself. There was no pictures. There was no this or that. She said, oh, let me see what you got.
When he came home after they were bought, because I just want to see. Like, I don't care. We did go to the shoe store with our son, our oldest son, and I was like, find all these shoes. I was like, ooh, these.
Jodi, get out of here. You're not helping him out. He wanted some Vans, though. I mean, in his mind, he wanted Vans, and doesn't matter whether
But I was showing him
But
Vans.
he knew what he wanted.
But he knew the color he wanted, and...
Yep. He got green, which is my favorite color. Here we go.
It was a tough moment in the shop, innit? The little assistant looks at you. Do you like them, sir? I don't know yet. I'll let you know in a minute. No. I'm having a crisis, apparently. Nobody wears green cowboy boots anymore. Sort yourself out.
I don't know yet.
I said, you might as well know how my life unfolds, sister, and I'll tell you straight off the top. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I go and do the stand-up comedy. I said, but Mondays I go a bit fucking mental, I do. I go proper mental. I said, we have a Monday club, me and the lads. Christ knows how I end up most Mondays. So she said, fair enough, if that's how you live your life. I said, but I tell you what, seeing as you just moved in this week, I'll be home this Monday with a nice bottle of wine and a takeaway for you. She said, you are the best thing that ever happened to me. I said, oh no, stop crying. I went out with every intention of going home,
Oh no.
But then I got the flavour. The dreaded flavour! All I had to do was phone him and said, look, I know I'll be home about 7:30. I said that, but that's not going to happen, babe. I've got the flavour. I ain't coming home. I'll make it up to you later in the week. And that would have been the job done. But no, I didn't do that. Because I'm a man and I'm an arsehole. I'm a coward. So I phoned her. I said, baby, I said I'll be home about 7:30. I reckon we're looking nearer 8:30. She said, all right, but I have got the plates out. And I am hungry. I said, all right, I won't let you down.
No. Don't mess with
Half
hunger.
rolled round and I thought, I ain't going home. But I won't phone her and irritate her. In my head, I reinvented her as the most reasonable woman in the world. Sitting there going, oh, 8:30, he's still not in. He must be having a lovely time. Never mind, I'll make myself a sandwich. And I'll make him one and all. And I'll leave him a little note. You had a lovely time, didn't you? They never came home. Here's a sandwich.
That's not reasonable. That is unreasonable. I don't care. Man versus woman, I can throw out the window. When it comes to food and you promise me a certain time, like we eat like at 5:36, okay? We don't do the 7 or 9 that you see in the movies or whatever. But it's 8:30. I am starving at that point, and you don't show up at all?
And you are hangry.
Oh,
so.
it's on like Donkey Kong. Now, for me, I would go out and get myself some food. We'd still have some words, but still.
Please feel free to give me a nudge if you fancy a bit of the other.
Yeah, exactly. That too?
That is not what happened. At about 9 o'clock, my phone went, and the abuse I received was so intense and profound, every other man in the pub could feel it. Men were turning to each other. Someone's getting a coating in here, I can feel it. I don't like it. Someone's getting a coating. Oh, it's him over there. I put my phone back in my pocket. I'd gone rather ashen. My mate looked at me. He said, what's the matter with you? I said, she's gone right the other way. My mate went, Mick, I'm going to tell you something for nothing now. You go running on, the rest of your life will be in misery. All the other divorcees started joining in.
So true.
I said, oh, mate, you're right. Get another drink in. Went home about 1 o'clock in the morning, down I fell on the bed, pissed. She said, is this how it's going to be, living with you? I said, I don't know. It's called a U-shape up, I suppose. Only the way you spoke to me tonight was appalling.
God.
I woke up.
Crazy.
About 7 in the morning. There's some banging and crashing going on outside, if you don't mind me saying. I'm still pissed. I shouted out, keep it down out there. What's the matter with you? Where's your civility? The door slammed and she went to work. I woke up about 1:30. I'm in bits now, and hungover, guilty. I had a little look in the mirror at myself. I had a little look in the mirror. Is this it? You want to fuck this one up or not? You want to be on your own the rest of your life? Old man in the park stinking a piss with a little dog. Is that the man you want to be?
Seriously.
Well, you're going the right way about it, ain't you, baby? Like a right fucking idiot. Oh, I'm not talking to you anymore. I went and put the kettle on in a crisis, made myself a cup of tea. I slunk down on the settee. I was a broken man, so deep in the doghouse I may never re-emerge. I flicked the telly on. 9/11's kicked off. I thought, ha, there's hope. This will take the edge off a bit. This will take the dairy off, as they say. When the second plane went in, I said, Mickey, you're out of jail, son. You are out of jail.
No.
At the height of the carnage, I called her in work. On the phone. I said, hello, babe. All right? You seen what's going on? She said, yeah, we're all watching it on the telly and work. I said, yeah. Puts everything in perspective, though, babe, doesn't it? She said, I'm coming home early. Me and you are going to have that bottle of wine and that takeaway. I put the phone down. I was back in the game.
I love his walk. Listen, first of all, let me just say, if you're super sensitive about any type of real life situations and jokes, then don't listen anymore. But because that was absolutely hilarious. And I do like, even though he's a comedian, that he did preface it like, listen, I understand it's more serious, but this is what happened. That was a fantastic story. It got better and better. Like 3 different parts of the end had me cracking up. But I love his little confident walk there. You're back in the game. I mean, he got lucky. He got lucky. Absolutely. If that story is true, absolutely lucky.
Yep. Because as sad as that was, I think I'd be like, yeah, it's devastating. But I'm still mad at you.
Yeah.
Like, you're still doing something to make it up.
But it
You're
might
gonna
take
make
at
it
least 3 or 4 days for you to be like, I'm still pissed at you. What the heck?
Now, that's her. He's got to find her quote unquote wank. Remember how he said she'll just come in? Like, what are you gonna do for me? What's gonna make it?
I'm not gonna forgive you. Fancy a wank. I mean, what's the point of arguing at this point right here?
For me, it'd be like buying me shoes or taking me shopping.
I gotta admit, and maybe because it's the personal thing, but his stories with his wife are gold.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they do everything 50-50, but if they don't, she really deserves a lot of that money because she creates some fantastic material. And imagine if she was like, no, don't mention me at all. You don't have my permission. You gotta do any jokes. They're golden. But I remember, I don't want to get too much into it, but I remember 9/11. I was sleeping in that day. What else is new? It was my first year outside of high school. I was freshly graduated in September, obviously, and I woke up, and then my brother's watching the TV, what's going on? I mean, it was just horrifying, right? And I have no ties to New York, never lived there. We visited there long after for about a week or so, but it was just crazy what was going on. And when he said that she was at work, we're all watching it on TV. I mean, that's what everybody was doing. You were at home watching it together as a family. You're at work watching it together as a staff or whatever.
Yeah,
it was insane.
We were at school. We had the teachers had it on the classrooms, and the principal.
And no, she wasn't in 3rd grade. I know you little punks out there.
I remember the principal coming on the overhead and telling all the teachers that they need to turn it off because they didn't we're all just glued in watching it. But I think that they were nervous, like we'd never gone through this, and what kind of emotional damage would it do and stuff. But maybe people who had family members in New York, maybe it was really affecting them. But I just remember we were just there was no teaching. We just sat there and stared at the TV. There was no teaching going on.
I mean, how do you? I remember when, Columbine was a big mass shooting at a school. I was in high school when that happened. I remember that being on the TV. But I think it's important for all walks of life to kind of just witness that and experience that and understand that this is real life sometimes. This is just how crazy the world can be. And thank goodness that's not an everyday occurrence. But anyways, this was absolutely hilarious. Thank you so much for requesting. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Goodbye.